Fox News. Breaking news.
Breaking right now, President Trump just dropped a $300 billion bombshell that has the energy world absolutely stunned, while simultaneously putting the Iranian regime on notice that America will not back down. This is the kind of move we haven't seen in 50 years, folks. While the fake news media obsesses over manufactured crises, the Trump administration just executed a masterclass in energy dominance that protects American interests overseas and supercharges production right here at home. The globalists, they're panicking because they know what this means. What did Trump just announce that has the establishment complete meltdown? I'm going to tell you. But first, I'll tell you why it matters to you and your family. Because every time you fill up your tank, every single time that you pay your electric bill or buy groceries that were shipped across the country, you're feeling the effects of global energy markets. You don't even know it. You see, the Iranian regime has been threatening to choke off the Strait of Hormuz, the choke point where 20% of the world's oil flows through every single day. If they succeed, gas prices don't just go up, they explode, and your heating bill through the roof. The cost of everything you buy skyrockets. But here's what the corporate media will not tell you. President Trump saw this coming. He's been preparing for this exact scenario. While Biden spent 4 years destroying American energy independence, Trump has been planning the greatest energy comeback in American history. It isn't just about cheaper gas. This is about whether America controls its own destiny or whether we're held hostage by terrorist regimes halfway around the world. So you see, the stakes couldn't be higher. And you see, there's a national security angle that most people aren't even paying attention to. You see, Iran is being destabilized in the Middle East. And as that's happening, the federal government made a move that could actually reshape America's entirely energy posture forever. Now, here's the truth they don't want you to know. A nuclear subs or warheads, next-gen power grid, aircraft carriers, all depends on one thing. It's called uranium. You see, we import almost every single pound of it from foreign nations. Not all of them are our friends either. See, this is not just about energy independence. It's about survival, because a nation that can't power its own military is a nation that cannot defend itself. That's why smart investors are paying very close attention to atomic minerals, trading as ATMMF in the United States and ATOM in Canada. They're positioning themselves at the center of America's uranium future. When national security meets investment opportunity, you need to be paying attention, and that's why there's a special briefing. It's exclusive just for you, linked below this video. Check it out. Now, let me tell you what the Trump administration just did that proves they understand exactly what's at stake. Yes, this is what makes it even more incredible, and the media ignoring this part. President Trump is not playing defense against Iran. He's playing offense for American workers while protecting global shipping lanes with the full might of the United States Navy. He simultaneously announced something that hasn't happened in half a century. The first new American oil refinery in 50 years. Did you hear me? The first new one in 50 years. I'm going to show you exactly what the White House is saying about this, because the details are remarkable. Look at this. Here's the press secretary earlier today.
President Trump fully expected the rogue Iranian regime to try and disrupt the global markets. That's why President Trump and his energy team have been planning for this long before the strike and have moved quickly to address these temporary disruptions. Thus far, the Trump administration has offered political risk insurance to tankers operating in the Gulf. The Treasury temporarily waived certain oil-related sanctions, and the Commander-in-Chief has offered the U.S. Navy to escort tankers when necessary. The president and his energy team are closely watching the markets, speaking with industry leaders, and the U.S. military is drawing up additional options following the president's directive to continue keeping the Strait of Hormuz open. I will not broadcast what those options look like, but just know the president is not afraid to use them. Rest assured to the American people, the recent increase in oil and gas prices is temporary, and this operation will result in lower gas prices in the long term. Once the national security objectives of Operation Epic Fury are fully achieved, Americans will see oil and gas prices drop rapidly, potentially even lower than they were prior to the start of the operation.
Let's go.
And we will live in a world where Iran can no longer threaten the United States or our allies with a nuclear bomb.
Let's freaking go. President Trump playing the long game here. Here we have more. The press secretary last night, the president reiterated his commitment.
Last night, President Trump reiterated his commitment toward keeping oil flowing through the Strait of Hormuz so the United States and all of our allies can receive their energy needs. President Trump will not allow rogue Iranian terrorists to stop the freedom of navigation and the free flow of energy. Let me be clear. It is a good thing to wipe out terrorists who indiscriminately target civilians and attempt to hold the global economy hostage. And President Trump should be commended for doing so. As the president made unequivocally clear to the remaining elements of this terrorist regime in his statement yesterday, if they do anything to stop the flow of oil or goods within the Strait of Hormuz, they will be hit by the world's most powerful military 20 times harder than they have been hit thus far. Moving forward, the stated objectives for Operation Epic Fury remain the same. Destroy the terrorist regime's ballistic missiles, raise their Iranian missile industry to the ground, ensure their terrorist proxies can no longer destabilize the region, and ensure that Iran never obtains a nuclear weapon. President Trump remains confident these goals will be accomplished in swift fashion.
20 times harder. We have not even begun to fight, my friends. Here's the U.S. Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent.
The Indians had been very good actors. We had asked them to stop buying sanctioned Russian oil this fall. They did. They were going to substitute it with U.S. oil. But to ease the temporary gap of oil around the world, we have given them permission to accept the Russian oil. We may unsanction other Russian oil. You know, the other thing Treasury can do here, Larry, is there are hundreds of millions of sanctioned barrels of sanctioned crude on the water, and in essence, by unsanctioning them, Treasury can create supply. And you know, we are looking at that. We're going to keep a cadence of announcing measures to bring relief to the market during this conflict. And Larry,
we're not done yet. We got more. Trump stuns the world by announcing a $300 billion deal for the first time in 50 years. We're opening a U.S. oil refinery. America is returning to real energy dominance. Today, I'm proud to announce that America First Refining is opening the first new oil refinery in 50 years in Brownsville, Texas. This is a historic $300 billion deal, the biggest in U.S. history. A massive win for American workers, energy, and the great people of South Texas. Thank you to our partners in India and their largest privately held energy company, Reliance, for this tremendous investment. It is because of our America First agenda, streamlining permits and lowering taxes that have attracted billions of dollars in deals coming back to our nation. A new refinery at the Port of Brownsville will fuel U.S. markets, strengthen our national security, boost American energy production, deliver billions of dollars in economic impact, and will be the cleanest refinery in the world. It will power global exports and bring thousands of long overdue jobs and growth to a region that deserves it. This is what American energy dominance looks like. America first, always. God bless President Trump. America First Refining, opening the first new one in 50 years. Let's frickin' go. Right down in Texas. So, let that sink in for just a second. President Donald Trump just secured a $300 billion deal, the biggest investment deal in United States history, to build the cleanest oil refinery in the world right in Brownsville, Texas. Thousands of American jobs, billions in economic impact, complete energy independence. This is what real leadership looks like. Well, the Democrats spent years telling me the fossil fuels were dead, that America needed to surrender its energy future to China and the globalists. President Trump was building relationships and crafting deals that will power this nation for generations. The establishment's furious because this proves everything that they said was a lie. America First isn't just a slogan, it's a policy that's delivering results. This is the Trump administration showing the world what happens when you put America first. You protect global energy routes with military strength. You stabilize markets with smart policy. You invest hundreds of billions of dollars into American workers, American jobs, and American dominance. See, the fake news will never give Trump credit for this, and that's why we have to spread the word. It's your duty to share this video with everybody you know. Did you see this on the evening news? Of course you didn't. I want you to text raw feed to the number on the screen. Stop what you're doing. Look at the screen. 844-840-4963. That is the secret number. That is where you have the ability to bypass the algorithm, to never miss a notification from me, because they come from me, not from some computer run by Google that thinks you don't deserve that notification. How many times do I hear people say, I didn't get the notification, I didn't get the notification. Wow, you're online still? Yeah, it's because they're burying us. Because we tell too much friggin' truth around here. Truth is treason in the empire of lies. And that is why you got to text raw feed to 844-840-4963. Get on that list. Now drop a comment. Tell me, do you think Trump's energy strategy is exactly what America needs? Yes or no? And if you still believe in subscribing and notifications, you can do that too. There's a whole mechanism below this video. You know the whole thing about subscribing, notification, tap the bell. But texting the raw feed to 844-840-4963 is a lot better. Because the establishment's trying to suppress our reach. And you could also check out our merch shop, right? Right below the video. Find something you like. Go to the website, shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. We've got some gear. Lets you wear your patriotism proudly. I'm Gary Franchi. Thank you for watching the Next News Network. Stay informed, stay free, and good night.
The system controls information. Information control is power. They don't want you to see this. The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now.